I'll admit to you guys, I am pretty hard-headed. I had it set in my mind. I knew it wasn't possible, but I had it set in my mind that I was gonna come home and I was gonna spend like the first couple weeks just like on the house hunt, like mad crazy trying to find a place. And we would find a place super fast and be able to move in there and get everything done. Everybody said it was not possible. I kind of knew it wasn't possible, but the reason that I have been posting a little bit less lately, whether you guys have been seeing a little bit less content, is that I have just been going absolutely ham trying to find a house, a place to live, and just what we want and where we want it. Today I finally gave in. I've accepted that we are going to be here for a while. We are going to be working from here for a while. The vibes in this video are going to be probably pretty weird. It depends if you guys have been here for a long time, but this is kind of what we're working with now.
Lawns being mowed and pools opening. These are some of the things we expect with summer.
I kind of just came home and took over. I got a trailer, trailer here, a trailer here, my truck's on the grass, and we got Courtney's car, BRZ, Jean Suisse, and oh, look at this, boys. To everybody that was super butthurt about me selling the old S10, but anybody that didn't even know, actually, I got quite a few comments from people being like, yo Robbie, where's the S10, what'd you do with the S10? I sold it. I kind of knew we were moving home at the time, and I didn't want to take it, and I wasn't super in love with that project because I have this S10 already that I am super in love with. There's not a whole lot to show you. It's kind of been breaking down a little bit sitting here. The roof is just on Fade Maximus, dude. There is no color left on there. The bumper's getting rusty, boy. The Rams are getting rusty, boy. And it has basically just turned into a storage compartment, dude. But yeah, I know this thing will make a lot of you guys happy. And for anybody that doesn't know, this is the OG S10. This thing is a 1987 bone stock, all original truck. This is the original paint. At one point I had it buffed into like a really nice shape. I pulled it out of a barn. It had been sitting in a barn for like 25 years or something. I pulled it out of the barn with 29,000 original kilometers on it. Drove it around, like this was like my first ever like project car, I guess. Anyways, when I moved to BC, it just kind of got put out beside my parents' house, and it has just been slowly dying. Over here, you beat on it sometime. You don't have to point out the flaws. Someone tried to steal it. Someone tried to steal it, and they pulled the thing out, the lock. So there's tape, all right? Anyways, this thing will be a project one day. Not right now. I want to do it right. I want to wait till I have like a shop set up and I can paint it and do it very well. But I know that'll hype some of you guys up. Trying to find a sound. When I moved it the other day, I think something just came loose. When we were beating on it, we couldn't hear it, but when I was backing it up the driveway after I got off the trailer, there's like a weird rattle. That.
Jesus.
What is that?
That don't sound good at all.
I don't know, but like I can't tell if it's in the transmission or if it's just underneath the car from inside. That can't be healthy.
Not even a little.
Aha! It's rubbing. The exhaust on the heat shield. Maybe just like all the abuse, it finally settled into like a new place. So it's rubbing right there on the heat shield, and then you guys can see right there on the heat shield. That's dope. That means it's not a bad problem, because it sounds like not such a good one. After a drift day, when you hear, like, I literally was redlining the car all day, and then I hear that, I'm like, that could be an ish. I guess I should introduce people. This is Thomas. This is my brother.
Hello.
Thomas. I just assume everybody knows everything.
He looks like the other one.
Tall version of Robbie. I'm gonna keep you up to date, people. I gotta keep you up to date with what they drive.
It's a V6 2007 Mustang. It's not that fast, but it sounds nice.
I love how no one asked if it was fast. You literally just said it. It's not that fast. It's nice for a first car. These niche wheels came with it, right?
Yeah.
Those came with it,
and then I've done like grill, taillights, most of the lights, bunch of interior stuff just for funsies. I painted the calipers red.
Got like an intake and a super thick exhaust.
But as you can see, the bumper don't match. It's only got one exhaust hole and two exhausts.
Oh really? Oh, yeah. I never really looked at that.
Yeah.
And now everybody that didn't noticed it, and now they hate you.
Oh, I'm sorry. If anyone's gonna crash in my car, please rear end me so I can get a new bumper. That's what I tell everyone. So this morning, Amazon came through and delivered these super tiny, like super
tiny wheel chocks. What even is this, dude?
for like
I'm
a
sure there was a
Tonka truck.
measurement. I was excited when I bought them, and I probably didn't read the scale of them. But you know what? I think it's actually okay. I want to put them in my like trailer stuff, because every time I'm unloading this thing, it rocks back and forth like crazy. So I wanted, oh, you know what? I think I nailed it. God, I love when that happens. I literally pooched it and nailed it all at once. And the other thing we got, actually, I really hope it works, to be honest. This was like a Amazon special. It was like 50 bucks. I keep telling you guys that like I kind of sort of want to do a top mount turbo setup on this thing. I'm still learning, so like learning, you don't need to be like crazy horsepower. But if you guys remember before we left the shop, I put this guy on here because like the old tube that was coming up was just dangerous. I was always trying to almost drop things in there, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I put this screen here, but it was getting so hot when we were at the track last weekend that this went yellow. And this car, I guess when it was in an accident, someone robbed the heat shields off it, you could see where it would go. So this turbo is just sucking hot air. It has become a hot air intake. It's all heat soaked and hot. Like you touch this on track day and it's hot. So this is, I don't want to spend too much money on one because like I said, I'm probably gonna change stuff up. But for now, for at least our next track day, I want to get something a little bit colder going into this. That's gonna be tight. That is gonna be super very much tight.
Super very much
But
tight.
you know what? I think it's gonna work. Wow. I really didn't even look before I just bought this blindly.
Well, yeah, you just, oh, look, $50.
Exactly, well, yeah. Now I gotta hope that this thing fits. Dude, the odds of that being the right size are like
Oh,
0.
never happened. Literally never.
Oh, it's the Amazon special that came true. There we go. Dude, surprisingly, I'm gonna leave a link to this thing down below. It's not gonna work for anybody else, but it worked for me and I'm impressed. But I'm not gonna use this because I got my boys at EDDW1 to send me out more than just a breather. There's so much blow-by coming from this engine that it like seeped through the bottom of this filter. Pooled up in this little carbon, the heat shield, and then it dumped. So when I would turn one way, all the oil would go all over everything. So I ordered a catch can. I'm not even gonna bother routing this like this for now because hopefully it'll be here in like a couple days and I can just put that from there to there. But this should help performance on the next track day at least. When you close this guy, it is literally, you can't see it through there, but like the intake is literally right here. Pretty good.
Got some airflow in there.
Pretty good placement, dude. This thing is also important because I got a tuner coming for this car. And obviously I want it to be running like as optimal and actually getting cold air instead of hot air when the tuner arrives. So, something that happened when we did the tubed front end, Jenny lived in a shop. Every night this thing went back in a shop and never really went outside in like bad weather, or maybe it did, but like it didn't matter. So we never clear coated it. I was like, you know what, we'll do this another day, and then it just never crossed my mind again. It was never a thing because nothing ever happened. And then literally the second we got home, I opened the hood to make sure that everything like during our drive home from across the country was fine. First thing I noticed is it is yuck, dude. Everything is yuck. It's actually not bad. It's all surface. Like it'll come off. It's literally been outside for a total of 2 weeks, so it's not that bad. But all the metal, we like wiped it all down because we were welding with it and stuff, so it was all super prone to rusting. Anyway, so yeah, one thing I really want to do is keep this. I kind of like the raw metal look. Do you like the raw metal look? I like the raw metal look. So I want to clear coat this whole thing, which means we're gonna have to mask off quite a bit. William?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do car stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
If I leave you in charge of taking this, there's literally 3 bolts here.
No.
Cut these 2 zip ties, 1 zip tie, 2 zip ties, take out those 3 bolts. Can you take that crash beam off so we can paint it separately?
Yes.
He's got his adjustable wrench.
I do.
You're not, no, you gotta get a socket.
Nope.
You gotta get a socket and a thing. You're never gonna get it off with that.
I can. Watch
Okay,
me.
have fun.
I get another one.
I don't recommend that. If you're gonna paint it, just do it right away because that is not any fun at all. It wasn't terrible, but it was also like super unnecessary. I really If I just painted it the first time, I wouldn't have to go around and sand the whole thing. And this, oh, it's actually not terribly dirty anymore. I ended up using like an 80 grit. I was using 180 at one point, and then we ran out and we started using 80, so now this whole thing just looks kind of like brushed, which is actually kind of nice. I do enjoy the way it looks. It isn't terrible. Now all I gotta do is let that dry, and while I'm letting that dry, I have something, it's an old toy of mine. I'm not sure if I still have it. Yo, do we still have that pocket bike in the shed? Yes, I'm gonna love it. Uh-oh. Both sides broke.
Pulled it right off. What?
How does that even happen, dude? They both broke. Look at this. Plastique here and plastique here.
What is going on?
How did we do this? I think that's a project for another day, dude. It's literally, the sun is going down. We've been at this for so long. It also hasn't run in like, I'm gonna say 4 years. So the carburetor probably needs to be like
Drenched.
rebuilt and, you know, stuff. I'm a car guy, not a pocket bike guy. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's getting spark or gas, or the carburetor float might just be jammed. I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. I was just hoping it would fire up. So now this is the main, I guess, purpose for it being done, right? Obviously we did it so it doesn't rust. Just like, look how good that looks.
Shiny.
It's weird because you're right, it looks sanded,
you can see, like,
but
the
it's
depth,
like
but
super
it's-
smooth and
yeah.
when you touch it.
Lots of fun to look at.
If I'm ever like driving and I like blow my bumper off or something and I'm on the track, you'll see that. That doesn't hurt to look at.
No, better
That's
than
not
little
bad.
rest spots. It looks like it's professional.
Do you want to drop it and take it for just like a quick little drive and make sure that cold air intake doesn't fly up?
Yeah.
Alright, well Thomas is fired because he was too busy texting his girlfriend to record my videos. We just did a whole pull down the street, and then I don't want to go do more because it's late and I don't want them to hate me. But it sounds the same. The car sounds the same. So obviously this still being like cozied right here, it's still near the heat, but it's better than sucking it from like directly underneath the heat. At least it's kind of out of the way.
Good.
Yeah.
It's having a hard time focusing.
Yeah, I know, it's super dark. Alright, well, I'm not putting the bumper back on tonight because I want to order those clip thingies for the bumpers, and if I put it on tonight, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's on tomorrow when I wake up, and I'm not going to order them. So I'm going to leave it off, that way I see it off. Anyways, we've ran completely out of light. This stupid little pocket bike is going to have to wait for another day. And
late.
go buy parts on Amazon because they're the best. That's all I got for you guys. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed.
Not
What?
really. This part of the engine.
The intake.
No. What on earth, William, are you doing?
Growing. What'd he say?
Growing.